going on, Jerome's? Minnesota Fighting Vikings are back at TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill week 2 of voluntary OTAs. So the Vikings are here for 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, ahead of their 4-day mandatory minicamp, as well as, 3-day. Doesn't matter. Couple-day mandatory minicamp, and then rounding things out with one last stanza of voluntary OTAs, and then summer break. It's good times, man. But also, love to get a closer look at the rookies, first-round picks, J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner. And Mark Will, Vikings, one of the Vikings co-owners, very pleased with how things are going. Vikings fan page. Vikings owner Mark Will is very pleased, just said that, with how J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner have done so far at OTAs. Quote, both of them are showing why they are here in Minnesota so far. So, of course, very, very early in the process, but they just look the part, right? And McCarthy, love the reports that he's working, he's humble, he's just getting after it. Like, he understands, he knows what he doesn't know. And Dallas Turner is just a monster. And also love that Turner is questioning up every single player, every single coach around him, wants to get better, wants to learn. I think the Turner is going to be an absolute star in this league. Plus, so this is how deep we go for quotes. So Vikes fan page got this from Houday in Israel, and Mark Wilf was on a Cincinnati Bengals podcast in Israel. So Cincinnati Bengals podcast in Israel, one of the Vikings co-owners, talking about J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner. That's how much we need football content right now, man. It's awesome, man. I love it. Something I also love is seeing Justin friggin' Jefferson in Vikings uniform. Now, probably not going to be at voluntary OTAs, but the main question is what's going to happen with mandatory minicamp next week. And as we covered already, Tom Pelissero last week said that he anticipates that JJ will be at mandatory minicamp, but he also said it's unlikely to attend any voluntary OTA practices. Now, fully understand it, fully get it. I mean, Tristan Wirfs is doing the same exact thing, except how come the media isn't champing at the bit? Oh, the Bucs need to trade Tristan Wirfs, bro. If they're not going to pay him, they're just waiting for someone with the highest offer. I know, it's so stupid, but it is what it is. It's exactly what JJ did last year, and he is exerting the only power and leverage that he has, which is the withholding of services. Now, everyone else holding out, Buccaneers fans are lauding Tristan Wirfs. So it's just hey, make sure that you're healthy, because God forbid if you haven't signed your extension and something gets tweaked at training camp and that puts you behind the 8 ball. You don't want that to happen, right? But with Jefferson, it's like, he needs to be out there, being a leader. I don't know. Like, I just feel like the double standards with Jefferson and the double standards with the Vikings are pretty stark. Pretty ridiculous. But things will get done despite what Florio says. The contract will be rearing its ugly head around in July. Actually, beautiful head. Beautiful face. Yeah, just get this thing done, man. And also Jefferson. So JJ and the Vikings do have that 6-week summer break coming up, and he posted on the gram. Think about getting back on my gaming-ish and streaming on Twitch. What y'all think? I would love the ish out of a Justin Jefferson Twitch stream. Just like him playing Madden, talking junk, him playing like NBA, or Jefferson playing college football 25. Let's go, man. I feel like that's gonna be the next thing. Where people are streaming their dynasties and stuff. Like, I wish I cared enough about video games to get into streaming, because I feel like I would be good at it. Like, I think we do have a Twitch channel. Yeah, I think we could grow and show with that. But who knows? But I mean, if I stream games, it would be actually we did this like 3 or 4 years ago, where it was like streaming Tecmo Super Bowl or like Madden, like one of the early versions of Madden. Maybe we should bring that back, because I actually like doing that, because you can get like the emulators where you have the updated rosters on Tecmo Super Bowl, like the Bo Jackson version, and just get after it. Simulate the game from that perspective. I think we're gonna do that. All right, so JJ, Tecmo Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. Man. Also, I'm saying that Aaron Jones is going to be a fantastic pickup for the Vikings. Greasy Grimy Green Bay Packers let him go after they signed Josh Jacobs. And, signing is good when the opposing fan base is really pissed about losing that player. So Andrew Van Ginkel, the Dolphins. Dolphins fans are pissed, as well as Aaron Jones with the Packers. Packers fans obviously very livid about losing one of their favorites. And Pro Football Focus, frenemy of the Vikings, they ranked Aaron Jones as the number 8 running back in the National Football League. Now, this might be a little bit high because I don't think that Jones is going to be the bell cow back here with the Vikings. I do think it's going to be a relatively even-ish split with Ty Chandler, but PFF running back rankings, top 32 ahead of the 2024 season. Number 8, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones has been one of the most underrated running backs in the NFL for some time now. In his final season with the Greasy Grime Green Bay Packers, the former UTEP, formerly Texas Western, Glory Road, what up? Running back earned a 76.1 grade in an injury-plagued season, but when he was on the field, Jones rushed for 656 yards and 2 touchdowns at a clip of 4.6 yards per carry. The fact that that's a career low for Jones is a testament to his efficiency. Also, he went off in the playoffs. Jones thrived at creating yards after contact too. His 3.16 yards after contact per attempt number ranked 14th in the NFL, and he forced 26 missed tackles in just 11 games. And the Vikings' run game last year was a disaster, and the offensive line certainly deserves some blame. I think Kevin O'Connell's play calling and run concepts also deserve some too. But Madison's yards after contact was amongst the lowest in the league. And it was just an unfortunate situation where you're trying to make something out of nothing and getting contact in the backfield. I understand that it's tough, but just couldn't make chicken salad out of chicken bleep. So it is what it is. But I do think that Aaron Jones is greatly going to improve the Vikings running game this offseason. Speaking of improving, so Jordan Addison's a little bit of a foodie on the Instagram, so I respect that, and he's posted this dish several times, and he posted this on the gram. Says it's his go-to. Looks like a vodka sauce rigatoni with plenty of pepper and red pepper flakes, crushed red pepper flakes, a little bit of basil in there as well. It's really good. Now, what would really take this thing over the top, because I actually don't like when they just put garnish on there, like a large garnish, because most people aren't going to cut it up and incorporate it into the dish, so it's just going to get tossed off to the side. But a couple of drops of basil oil along the rim of the plate, that would send it off, man. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. Vodka sauce is super underrated, and people don't think about it. In the pantheon of sauces, you got that vodka flavor, and obviously you burn off the booze, and it's just really, really good. I think it is probably the most underrated pasta sauce out there. So Jordan Addison, absolutely connection right there, man. Also connection. So Mekhi Blackman on the gram, getting in some bowling. This is not Nam, this is bowling. There are rules here. So bowling Najee Thompson's special team superstar, a little bro in a cut with his bowling shoes. Also, those shoes look pretty good. I feel like bowling shoes are very polarizing. They look super stylish or just not. Also, how did they start that concept? I understand you got to keep the lanes free from being scuffed, right? But I don't know. How did it start? It's hey, just rent shoes. We're just gonna reuse these shoes and people are just gonna be okay with it. And I feel like during my childhood, one of the professions was bowling alley shoe sprayer. Also, person who rewinds VHS tapes. Be kind, rewind. God, I just remember as a kid where, all right, so Friday night, small town Minnesota, renting some videos, because you can rent 3 videos in my try that in a small town. Try renting videos in a small town. So the grocery store, and also there was a video, literally a video rental store. It wasn't a Blockbuster. It was just a family-owned place. But you get 3 movies for $5 for the weekend. It was great. Then we get pizza, and everything was made, man. It was absolutely fantastic. That was it. But a long story longer, I remember my dad would get so annoyed. It was they didn't rewind the videotape. What's this country coming to? When people don't rewind their VHS tapes. Oh, man. He would have a field day with the country now. Anyways, but Mekhi Blackman also at the Twins game rocking that 5. That looks pretty good. So I like the new Twins home uniforms. I hate the M. I have not warmed up to the M. Blackman's wearing the proper logo, the TC, the throwback one. I feel like that or the old style like script M is fine, but the M with the star where it just looks like the Miami Marlins, now that's nonsense. But it's looking good. Looking good, 5. Love to see that. Something I also love to see. So technology is obviously taking over, and like we accept it, like we understand what's going on, but it still creeps you out a little bit. So it's a little bit like Black Mirror, right? And I've had a couple of instances where I haven't even been. So if you talk about like, hey, I'm thinking about buying a truck, like near your phone, it's like, hey, I'm thinking about buying a truck, and now I'm just gonna get a bunch of ads for like Dodge Rams, Guts, Glory, Ram. Or if you're near your Alexa or whatever, I mean, you understand that. But I had a moment where I was driving with my wife. I didn't have my phone on me, but we drove by a bowling alley, and then we were talking about, hey, maybe we should do a bowling party for one of our kids' birthdays, right? Also, I don't think she had her phone either. So we were in a non-internet connected car driving by a bowling alley. And then when I got home and checked my phone, I instantly got Instagram ads for that bowling alley. I don't like it. Again, this is going to get me like enemy of the state, but I don't know, man. It's weird. Anyways, long story longer. So over the weekend, we had a Memorial Day gathering, and I don't know if I was near my phone or not. I might have been playing music, but we were talking about Fogo de Chao, and Fogo is awesome. By the way, Fogo de Chao salad bar, I understand, like, it is a Brazilian steakhouse, and all the meats on skewers is fantastic, but the salad bar is elite. Also, the smoked salmon, I mean, that would literally feed families. The smoked salmon is delicious. I'm a purveyor of smoked fishes. Like, I just can't get enough. Anyways, we're talking about that, and then I just got this Amazon ad where I didn't even know that these things were street legal. Like, it makes sense, but sure. But also, 4 stars out of 5 would not recommend. I don't know, but I just love how this rotating thing works. You got chicken wings at the top, you got some beef, you got some ribs, you got some sausages down at the bottom. It's fantastic, man. And I looked it up. So it's $540. Brazilian Flame Churrasco. Reminds me of Jesse Orosco. Remember him? So Jesse Orosco was a left-handed middle reliever who pitched for like 35 years. And so my middle son is left-handed as well. And just getting into T-ball, it's like, hey, man, if you want to pitch, you're going to have a job for like 30 years. But gas rotisserie oven grill roaster with auto-rotating skewers for rotisserie chicken, Brazilian-style barbecue, and churrasco shawarma machine, propane grill, 2024 series, partridge in a pear tree, blah, blah, blah. So we're trying to be more like financially responsible, and especially in this economy, you know what I mean? But I feel like they know me so well. Like, I feel like I'm attacked by Amazon. Like, Bezos is like in my head. He's like, hey, bro, just get it. Just get it and make some videos. Maybe the hot dish would come back. So for the hot dish, when the stupid Packers and the stupid Eagles play in Brazil, we could do a Brazilian steakhouse cookout. Come on, man. That's right. Also, we need to do another Jerome's meetup. That's all. Who'd be down? I don't know. Also, I would be down if the Wolves just get one. So all the pressure is on the Mavericks because the Wolves have played so piss poor, and all 3 games have been close, and the Wolves have had a chance to win all 3 of them, right? And even though it's unfortunate that the Wolves have lost these 3 games, they pretty easily could win 4 in a row, right? Hell, they won 6 in a row to start the playoffs, and also they won 2 in a row to close things out against Denver. So all the pressure's on the Mavericks tonight, man, because they know if the Wolves get one, the Wolves could win the series. So that's what I'm banking on. So Ant was able to get hot a little bit. Cat, you can't be this terrible the entire series. Naz Reid, Jaden Daniels has been fantastic. Rudy Gobert's been getting a bad rap, but he's been solid too. Conley's been great. Finch, the coaching has not been good. But either way, I think they'll step up. I think they'll get on the scoreboard tonight and bring it back to Target Center Game 5, and then F around and find out Game 6. All of a sudden, Game 7 at Target Center, everyone is back loud and proud. Finals on the line. And eventually, I feel like Luka and Kyrie won't just make every single random ass, chuck it up, dude, perfect shot. It would be kind of nice. Anyways, that's it. Vikings news done for this wonderful Tuesday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.